We are live. We just did live on Instagram, and so I told them those who want to continue Q&A can continue here, and we will wait for YouTube to inform people, and we will take the questions. Maybe I'll send this link also to the team so they can promote it. Okay, hopefully those who come can see me and hear me. Am I on the right channel? Yeah, I will wait. Okay, people are here. Hi, Himanshu. Hi, Zara. Hi, Poonam. What a pleasure to connect with you guys. Hope you're doing good today. If you're here, just type hello. So, we were just doing Instagram live and we were answering some questions there, and now we're continuing here. Awesome. Hi, Sherry. Lovely to see you. If you're here, just type hello. Good. Okay. So while people are coming in, let's see, Mahima is here. So after a long time, we are doing YouTube live. So I was on vacation, then we had a course, and then now after the course is over, we are back here on YouTube. Hi Shiv Jyoti, hope you guys are doing good. So my team had asked you to submit your questions for today's live. We have a lot of questions. So first, I will take the questions that have been submitted, and then I'll take a few from the chat. But before that, before you ask me questions, tell me about your day. How was today? What is the highlight of the day today? What was the best thing that happened to you today? Type it in the chat. I'd love to read it. I'd love to bless it so more can happen for you. Please type what is the highlight of the day. Let me know. Poonam says, "How was your Diwali?" It was very nice. We had I live in a country. I mean, there are more Indians coming here, but majorly there's no Diwali here. But I have an Indian friend in a nearby town, so we drove down there and we had a Diwali dinner with our Indian friend. Okay, cool. Halloween decorations. Oh, that's lovely. That was the highlight of your day. I'm glad. Wonderful. Had a very good sleep. Perfect. Awesome. Hindi, yes, Hindi. See, the problem with doing videos in Hindi is this is a global channel, so I can't just do it on this channel. And to do it on another channel, I have to put the time and space, and it will be totally not not helpful to you if I barely ever put any videos there. So I would probably not be doing Hindi videos right now, but in the future it is possible. Okay. All right, good. So, had chocolate milk, you got compliments today. You're in a good vortex. So, what I want you to do is treat this like a proper class. I will answer as many questions as I can from submitted and then in chat. Take your notebook and start making notes like your life depends on it because one idea can change your life. And my whole goal is you can look up at the sky and realize how blessed your life is and feel so joyful at all the harmony you've created in your life, in your relationships, in your finances, in your career, in your health. That is my whole jam. That is what I want for you. And so pay attention to every answer as though it is your question. If you're ready with your pen, just type ready in the chat and I will start answering as soon as you say you are ready. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Let's get started. Ready? Okay. Zehra is ready. Who else is ready? Who else is ready? Himanshu is ready. Shauna is ready. Mahima is ready. Perfect. Let's go. Let's create something wonderful today. Okay. Good. So ask your questions anyway. All of this is going to help you. So hold your questions till the end. Then I'll take it from the chat. Until then, I will miss the question. So don't waste your energy or your. Otherwise, I'll miss it. So keep your questions. We'll open the thing for chat questions. Open the chat for questions in about maybe 15 minutes. So let's start. Today we are doing 25 minutes. Let's get started. Okay. Question number one. When life hits hard and you feel so powerless, irritated on what's going on in life, and you feel not supported, what to do? It's a great question. In fact, the questioner put so many question marks. You can see and feel the powerlessness, the anger, all of these things, the irritation. So let's break this down. Just so you know, when you're angry, when you're irritated, it's a good place to be, because anger and irritation is one step higher than powerlessness. So let's say powerlessness is a very low emotion. If you start getting angry and irritated, that means you've risen in vibration. From there, you can keep rising and keep rising until you feel good again about your life. So nothing bad is going on. You're just vibrationally lifting higher and higher. So at least you feel angry. Good. Now, what do I do when I'm in the state of feeling not supported, irritated, angry, powerless? What I would do, let's start there. I am capable of having positive emotions when I feel like crap. Cannot do it. So it's like you're feeling this bad and so broken about life. How do you feel positive emotions and happy when you're here? Too far away, too big of a stretch. So what I do, what we always teach, by the way, for those who don't know, this Sunday we have our main class. It's for free. This Sunday it's for free. Otherwise, we will be charging. It's a huge class, 2.5 hour class. In this, we talk about this stuff, about healing your life, healing your emotions, and stuff like that. But okay. In case you haven't registered for that class and you have 2.5 hours this Sunday, just go register. My team will put the link. So the thing we've been teaching is whenever you're in this huge you're super charged up with negative energy, and you're in pain and you're suffering and you're hurting and you're feeling so broken, don't try to think positive. That is like punching yourself and trying to think. No, don't do that. You need to sit with this emotion. So we go from pain to neutral. So we need to neutralize this negative charge. How do I neutralize negative charge? I do this thing called pain body meditation, which is simply observing the sensations of that charge, that anger, that irritation, the powerlessness, whatever is coming up in me. Maybe it feels like a fish is stuck in my throat for the amount of emotions that are stuck there. Maybe it's a massive heaviness in my heart. Maybe I feel like I can't breathe. Maybe there's this big balloon of crying emotions in my stomach. So I would sit down, I would switch off the outside world. So no blaming anyone, no blaming this world situation, switch it all off. Go within my body, relax my body as deep as I can, and sit with the sensations. So I ask, what sensation is calling my attention the most? So maybe this ball of crying energy, it's like something inside of me is crying. Emotions are welled up in my stomach, and I'm hugging this and I'm breathing through it, and I'm not judging it, I'm not resisting it. I'm not thinking that feeling bad and feeling negative is some bad thing. I don't know why humans, it's just part of the human experience. It is just another experience. The emotion, it's another chemical experience in the body. If I can embrace it and breathe, what happens to energy? It's like a fire. We talk about this in Sunday's class. Come if you have time on Sunday to study the class that will change your life. Absolutely. This fire that is happening, if I don't add more thoughts to this, that means I don't add more kerosene and I don't add more woods in this fire. That means I'm not judging, I'm not resisting, I'm not blaming, I'm not going into my past, I'm not going into my future. I am simply just watching the sensations in my body and I'm breathing. What will happen is this fire will burn. It'll burn. It'll be really uncomfortable. But after some time, it loses its momentum, it loses its energetic momentum, and it begins to calm down. And now I'm neutral. Now I'm no longer in that charged up place. For example, this person who was asked this question put so many question marks to show the amount of anger and frustration. So now we are no longer in that charged up state. We are in a neutral state. Once you're in a neutral state, from here the world is, you're the most powerful when you're in a neutral state, because from here you can now build yourself up to the point where you feel that positive vibration around all areas of your life. You build it up. So you, again, going from negative to positive is like going from step 1 and trying to jump to the 10th step. You will fall down. So we need to walk one step at a time to positive. So the way I would do it is I would look at, what do I like about this moment? What do I like about this room right now? What in this room is making me feel supported? So if this is what the person is struggling with, is a feeling of being supported, what in this room is making me feel supported? Which is everything. Everything in this room supports me. This curtain supports me. This mic supports me. This laptop supports me. This camera supports me. The fact that I can speak to you supports me, and you. The fact that you are here with me supports me. My notebook supports me. My pen supports me. I am a supported human being. Now I've just taken one step up. Still not up here in the most positive state I can be in, but I'm slightly better. Then I would think very general, just in case nobody knew this. I'm sure you know because you all study a lot of law of attraction. But just in case nobody knew this, if you have a desire, let's say this is a desire to have money, success, happiness, health, whatever you want, but you have resistance. Resistance means I don't know how it will happen, but I'm not good enough. But what if it doesn't happen? But things like this don't happen to me, and life is not good. And this is called resistance. If you have resistance towards your goal, always stay general. What does this mean? So instead of taking a specific goal, I see this so many times across people. They'll take a specific goal like I want to have 1 lakh per month, but they have all this resistance, so they never achieve their goal. I want to have I want to be 45 kgs, but they have all this resistance around weight, all negative thinking, negative beliefs, negative ideas. They never achieve their goal. So whenever you are manifesting something where you have a lot of resistance, go general. So instead of trying to attract 1 lakh per month, just become general and start thinking about abundance in general. Hey, I like the fact, for example, let's say you're down here, and you want to start thinking very abundantly, and you want to think like a rich person, and you want to feel super rich. But I can't go from feeling so broken about my finances to being so positive. That is going to feel like self abuse, right? It's like, no. So what if I take one step from here and I say a thought like, I really like that today a mother is buying her son a Spider-Man costume, and that son is so happy, and money was responsible for making that son happy because she had the money to buy the Spider-Man costume. So money actually made this kid happy. So now I'm thinking a good feeling thought about money, staying very general about money. I'm feeling a good feeling thought about money. Hey, this money helped this kid feel very happy today. Now I'm tapping into money and abundance without all of this negative resistance in the way. Is this aha moment to anyone? If yes, just type aha. So I'll take another thought. I really like that money is constantly being pumped into my industry. So let's say you are working in a particular industry, or you have a job, or you're looking for a job or whatever. Just the idea that money is always being pumped into my industry. There is money in my industry. People are getting jobs. That will now, I'm thinking very general, is going to plug me into abundance again and attract abundance without all this resistance. So whenever you're trying to manifest something that you have a lot of resistance towards, a lot of blocks or unhealed wounds and all that, think general so you can keep attracting money and success and jobs without you having to do so much hard work on breaking your resistance. At least the flow will continuously be there. So stay general. If you have a desire, so your desire, and you don't have resistance, it's very peaceful. Like you don't have any negative beliefs, you don't have any fears around it. You're completely aligned to it. You feel like, yeah, this is possible for me, it's easy for me. That's why for a lot of people, small things they can manifest so easily because there's no resistance. It's totally flat. There's no resistance. They have no negative beliefs or fears or anything. So it manifests very easily. In that case, if you have a desire and you don't have much resistance, it's low resistance, not much negativity, then you can be specific. Then you can say 45 kgs, 1 lakh a month, whatever specific goal you have, this particular company. You can do all that when your resistance level is low. It's just shortcut method to manifesting. So for example, with money, somebody asked the question here, hey, I'm a 40-year-old lady with no job, money, please help. Now this, firstly, there's a nice identity statement. If you identify as something, no one in the world can help you. Not 40-year-old person with no money and job. You're actually a spirit with plenty of abundance in your life. If you started, like if I take the first question, what this person said, she said, when life hits you hard and you feel so powerless, it is also showing me, and this is the thing we are all, most people are guilty of, is we are horrible receivers. Horrible receivers. We want to receive all the magic from the universe, but we are terrible at receiving. Why? Because when there is so much magic in our day, we don't acknowledge it, and we don't truly see the beauty of it. We'll just make one gratitude list, and but then immediately back to lack focus, immediately back to the 2 5 things that are not working. But we've not fully open heartedly received the 100,000 things that went well today. In fact, you can't even believe when I tell you that 100,000 things went your way today. Your brain is so focused on complaining, condemning, criticizing, that it can't even believe that there was 100 miracles that happened in your day today, 100 miracles that happened in your body today, 100 miracles that happened in things that you can't even see, happened in your workplace with your friends, or related to you. All of this is happening. You can't see. You think nothing is happening, and you go into life is hitting me hard. That same life is also punching you in the face with blessings that you are not fully receiving. So, becoming a good receiver, learning to see every minute detail of something that's going your way, like this call, for example. If you're somebody who can understand the value of this session and what knowledge you're getting, and you truly appreciate the beauty of it, you have just opened your heart to being, firstly, a good receiver. I'll give you an example. You want to give a gift to your nieces and nephews, but every time you give a gift to them, they don't seem bothered. They're like, yeah, they keep the gift and then they go somewhere else. And you don't really feel that they honored the gift. You don't really feel like they appreciated that gift. So next time you don't really feel like giving them much either. They're like, anyway, they don't really care. So why should I? That's vibration. That's energy. That's that translation of energy. It's not just ego. It's like you not receiving when someone's blocking what you're giving. But if you had nieces and nephews who, when you gave them gifts, they were so appreciative, even if it was the tiniest thing, they loved it, they appreciated it. You now want to give them more. That's an energy. That's the energy of that beautiful receiver and the beautiful giver. The universe is giving. It doesn't have an ego to not give. But when you open your heart up to receiving even the smallest of things in your day, you will not see life as a life where there is no support. If you look at your room right now, like I just said, a life full of support. I am being supported by 1 million things in my room right now. Are you not being supported by 1 million things in your room? Do you not have people on the internet who support you, groups that support you, oxygen, air, frequency, radio, signals, phone, banana, pens, papers, so many billions of things, ideas, thoughts, so many things that support you. You're the most supported human on the planet. But if you are a very bad receiver of your support, you will live your whole life thinking, I feel not supported. So if you want to, when life hits you hard, also look at what blessings are hitting you hard. But remember the first step I told you. From that negative charge, you want to calm down. From there, you can build your way up to a better feeling thought. Did anyone learn anything today, or are you still in the question mode? Just type I learned. Just type I learned something. Okay, let's go to the next question. The person says, if a person wants to improve his or her life by using various techniques, don't use techniques. Build more deeper identity, heal deeper, okay, various things, but is stuck in their job or commuting to and fro work, working in shifts, doing household chores, not getting time to sleep also. What if they're stuck in this vicious circle? How to change this pattern so life can, so we can actually practice the teachings and the techniques and make our lives better? Would you be surprised if I told you those of you who have used techniques are the ones who can do the best practice of inner work? Would you believe me if I told you that? This is why when I tell you I have a 2.5 hour class that will change your life, you must listen to me and believe me, because in this 2.5 hour class, I talk about how you can stay persistent and consistent in your inner work when you have zero time for inner work. So the class on Sunday, one of the big secrets, about 45 minutes, we talk about how you can practice all this inner work, this alignment, this healing, all of that on the go in a guilt free, time friendly way. So if you truly want to change your life, if you're one of those people who will do whatever it takes to get there, you will do it in through all of these things that are stopping you from doing it. How to do that is in the class. Please come. It is free for the Sunday, but the next one is not free. So if when we do it again, it's not free. This one we're doing it for free because I'm making it public for you guys to watch. So come register. My team will put the link here. I think it is pinned. Let me just pin this. Yeah, it is pinned. Please register for this. It's happening on Sunday. So for those who do not have time to practice, please study that. It'll take me 45 minutes to explain how during your triggers, when your mom is yelling at you, when you feel like jumping off the roof, how you will practice. When you are traveling, how you practice. When you have no time, when you cannot fall asleep, how you practice. It's in the class. Please come for that class. It takes me time to explain, but that is in the class. Okay, next question. How to deal with a verbally abusive mother-in-law? I'm sure many people are facing such issues, so kindly request guidance on this. So also just, if I could speak 40, if I could teach you 45 minutes of just how to change your mother-in-law's behavior towards you, or your husband's behavior towards you, or your boss's behavior towards you, would you spend 45 minutes listening to it? If yes, I would spend 45 minutes listening to something that will stop someone behaving rudely towards me. It's in the class. We spend a whole 45 minutes teaching you how to get people, how to change people's behavior towards you. And if you're someone who believes it's hard to change people, this class is going to break 1,000 layers of beliefs for you on the fact that people can completely change. Same people, same tormentors, same bullies, same narcissistic people. Those of you who want to keep them in a box and never takes personal responsibility, don't come for this class. If you feel like, hey, maybe I can vibrate in a way that even a narcissist treats me in a better way, I will come for this class. If you can take personal responsibility over where you are vibrating, I promise you this class will make a huge difference. But if you're not, if you want to say they're narcissist, I'm victim and stay like that forever, this class will just don't come. You will get your brain will get messed up in this class. But if you want to take personal responsibility over where you're vibrating in relation to these people, I promise you, you'll learn things. So now, how do we deal with this? So just remember two things. When there is a victim, when there's a tormentor, when there's a victimizer, a tormentor, someone who's being really messed up towards you, they're in this one particular frequency. When there is this guy, a victimizer, there's always a victim. There's always a victim frequency, a low self esteem, a low vibrational state, which is also why we are experiencing these people. They will be mean to people anyway. That's their job. Hurt people, hurt people. People who are genuinely hurt and traumatized, they're going to throw that trauma on other people. That they will do anyway. But that person doesn't have to be you. You could be up here. So they might do it to some other people, but they cannot reach your vibration where you are. They cannot reach it. Have you ever met people like that? Even if you want to say something to their face, something just stops you. It's like there's some force field around that person where there's almost like, I don't feel like, even if I'm angry with them, I just don't feel like saying it on their face. It's almost like there's some energetic force around this person. That's where they're vibrating. This anger that you want to throw on them is not in their vortex. So even if you're angry, it will not come into their vortex. In fact, when you're around them, you'll speak very nicely and you're on a totally different tangent because they're vibrating in a different way. You want to learn how to vibrate like that, come to this class. So remember that your vibration is what you need to work on. Now, second part of this, how do I deal with them in that moment? There are so many ways in which you can deal with somebody, but the first way, let me just speak from a mindfulness point of view first. First, understand that somebody's words, just looking at purely as a mindfulness exercise, somebody's words are sound, frequency traveling through the air and hitting your ears. Now, that alone cannot cause you suffering because if you didn't understand the language, if I started yelling at you in Croatian, for example, or I started insulting you in Croatian, probably it wouldn't upset you so much because you wouldn't understand Croatian, right? But once it hits your ears and then you process this information, what this person is saying. And usually you process it through your own low self esteem, through your own feelings of powerlessness, through your own childhood bullying, through your own powerless to your parents, things that they said to you, through your own feelings of inadequacy. So you process it through all of your own stuff. Then those words that go through all of these processing will then hit you as a strong blow. But if I saw it just as words and frequencies and I processed it to means, I didn't take it. I didn't. Okay, so there's so much to teach. Oh my God, I wish you joined Healy Fest. We have a 1 year program where we dive into all of this much deeper. But let's say at the level of just seeing it as words, nothing more, nothing less. This is what this person is basically spitting on their own mind. They're not talking about me. Nobody knows me enough to have any accurate perception of me. Nobody knows. Anytime you have a judgment about me, let's say for example, but you got to know me deeply enough, you'll realize that your judgment was wrong. It's the same thing with anyone who's judged you, and you say that that judgment is not true. If they got to know you deeply enough, they'll realize that that judgment is not true. It's just that they didn't know many pieces of the puzzle, so they thought like that. So your mother-in-law does not know you enough to have an accurate insult about you. What she's doing is she's insulting her own mind by throwing rocks at her image of you in her mind. So in her mind, you are this pathetic little creature who's upset you, and she must throw her anger on that creature. So what she's doing, she's spitting on herself and her own mind, her own image of you. It's nothing to do with you. But if you have a low self-esteem, this is what I was talking about. If you where there's a victim, where there's a victim, there's a victimizer. If you have a low self-esteem and you anyway see yourself as not good enough, powerless, broken, people hate me, I'm not understood, I'm not loved, I'm not important, I'm misunderstood. You're already there. Whatever she says will hit you because you don't have a strong sense of self. You don't even know who you are outside of your own traumas. So, this is where we come in and we start working on firstly healing the pain that you have lived through your childhood, healing the pain you have lived through different experiences you've had, and you start feeling so much lighter about yourself. And you go into a journey of self love, self appreciation, and you see you're a magnificent, magical, beautiful being. You're already vibrating higher. You're not on the vibration of the victimizer anymore. You are now in a different vibration. Now you're in an aura that people cannot. So to get to this point, nobody, not one person who is still in this vibration has ever come here before. So they might say, but you know, you never come here before, so you cannot talk until you come here and realize what I'm saying. The same people who were once tormenting you will not. Either they will leave your vortex, which, see, I'm not speaking from the air. I have worked with, I mean, we have 30,000 international students in our academy, but overall I've worked with thousands of people, and I've seen either these people who bullied you leave your vortex or they change their behavior. I hear stories every day of somebody in their reality, the manager, co-workers, mother-in-law, mother, father, suddenly their behavior, husband. How is my husband behaving like this for the first time in my life? Because you're for the first time in your life in a different frequency. You're not matching that frequency. So instead of blaming them and saying these guys are narcissists and I'm victim and blah blah blah, do that and live that way forever. Nothing changes. Or see, hey, where am I vibrating with my self-esteem? How am I taking their words to heart and feeling like I'm the victim here? What if I'm not this? What if I am pure spirit? What if I'm pure awareness? What if their words just land as words and nothing more? What if I can get to that level where their words cannot touch me because I don't believe what they're saying? What if I'm that empowered? That is your job. That is what you deal with. If you keep blaming them for them being hurt, you go through your mother in law's childhood, you will cry. You go through this narcissist life, you will cry. You go through the lives of people who've hurt you, tormented, you will cry. If you watch it as a movie, you will have so much empathy for them. But you don't want to do that because ego is still in victimhood. Victim does not want to give any great feelings to the victimizer. But when you rise above the victimhood, you'll be able to have compassion for these people. You'll be able to have understanding, and you will never be able to take their words seriously because you can see through it. You can see their wounding, you can see the kid inside of them, you can see the insecurities. You know it, but to get to this point, you have to practice and study and practice and study and practice. This is your work to do. Where do you begin? Come for our class on Sunday. It's the most powerful class we've ever created on these topics. Come study. If you have 2 hours to give on a Sunday afternoon, come, or request a replay if you cannot. Come, but start somewhere. Vibrate higher than any for anything. For example, in health, we recently did a health course. I have to finish. We recently did a health course. In our academy. It was a 10-hour health course. And the major teaching, one of the strongest teachings we spoke about was vibrate above the disease. When you're low, when you feel like a victim, you're always in a match to the things that anyway, these people who would harm somebody, you're just matching them again and again. When you're vibrating higher, they start tormenting other people, but that's what they do. You're not in their frequency. Same thing with the disease. Vibrate higher than the disease. The disease is not in your frequency. Get higher. How? Come for a class. It takes me time to teach you these things. These are proper depth of studies that you need to learn, understand, practice. It's basically you go to college or school your whole life to learn things that have much less relevance in your life than studying a program that has a stronger relevance in the life that you live. Please come. Now I'll take one question from the chat and then we will be done. Okay, so now uh, please post your questions in the chat and then we'll be done. If my mother's a narcissist, did you get a psychological evaluation through a therapist, or are you one of those people who goes online and just Google symptoms and just tag somebody a narcissist? Please be honest with yourself. You tagging people as a narcissist just because they have a lot of toxic traits does not either make them a narcissist, does not help you. Please, if you're going to call your mom a narcissist, make sure this is proper diagnosis from a proper psychiatric agency company that has done the diagnosis. Otherwise, you're just taking somebody who's seriously hurt and throwing their trauma on you, and you're just using it as a way to keep law of attraction manifesting that again and again in your life. Please be very clear on this. Okay, if I consume food from her, will I energetically put? No. You can bless your own food and have the food work in your body the way that you want it to work in your body. Your energy trumps anybody else's energy. You're at the top of the pyramid. It's not your team, it's not your mother, it's not anybody else that creates what happens in your life. It is you. You're always on top of the pyramid. Okay. Uh, Anyone has any questions? How to navigate through too much confusion about any situation? If the confusion is in your mind, you have the many ways in which you can navigate confusion. So I'm assuming you're asking about taking a decision here. If you're asking about taking a decision, let me know. Whenever the mind is very noisy, the answers are very confusing. It's like, what do I do? There are too many things. Is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? First, settle your mind. So write out all your confusions or meditate until your mind is quiet. Then write out. I mean, again, Mahima, I'd request you to probably ask this question in a coaching setting, because I will walk you through an exercise where you can write out all the thoughts of the person that wants to make the decision, and write out all the thoughts of the part of you that doesn't want to make the decision, and then there's a process we follow through, so then it becomes very clear which decision to take. So that's a proper coaching thing. You may want to just probably email my team and ask my team for a session or something, and I can sit with you, and you'll have to probably do a session or a process to get your mind to be a little bit more clear. Okay. Part of me feels hopeless while there's this powerful voice seeing hope in me. Yes, that's called a split. The part of me that believes I can, and the part of me that believes I cannot. How should I tap into that powerful, hopeful version of me? We can make it and make it second nature by strengthening it. You have to see. That's the thing I told you. For any belief that you need to hold, let's say the belief is I can be successful in this, you have to build that. Firstly, get to the point where you start believing that belief in the first place. Why am I destined to succeed? Then you have to strengthen it, like you're building a house. You're building it brick by brick, brick and mortar, like that. You strengthen a belief to the point where no one can convince you otherwise. Nobody can say anything that will bring your vibes down, because you'll be like, yeah, watch me. My belief in my future and my success is so strong that nothing, not even YouTube analytics, not even my team, not even my numbers, not even my mother-in-law, my father, my brother, nobody can convince me I'm not destined to succeed here. That you build like a brick and mortar. That's your job to do. That's also what we're doing in the class on Sundays. How do we consistently practice this stuff till the point where my houses build unshakable belief in myself and my future. Let's build this together. I'm unemployed. Can I use mindfulness to create a dream job? I wasn't good at any studies and I regret it now. You don't see that's a belief. Do you know any successful person who was good in studies? I have the opposite belief. I believe the worse you are in studies, the better you succeed in life. I don't have a belief because I'm in the field of success. All I see is success stories of people who were terrible in school, success stories of people who failed constantly. I'm one of those people, backbencher, conditionally passed, highest earning in of all my peers. I don't have that belief that you have to be good in studies to succeed. That never, I don't have such beliefs. Pick the kind of beliefs you want. There's a video that recently came on my channel. It's called How to Create 2026, something like that. That has a process called the alignment process. It's a second recent video on my channel. Please go and watch that video and do the exercises. That will help you attract your dream job or whatever you're trying to manifest. There are 4 processes in it. You have to do it with me in the video. Go do that as well. But the first thing you will do is you will click this link that is pinned. Come for the class on Sunday so we can dive deeper into these things for 2.5 hours. I know that the people who resonate with this kind of deeper inner work and vibrating higher and healing are people who will find this class anyway. But if that's for you, please go and check out the class and I'll see you on Sunday. So thank you. I hope that you've had some learning from our coaching session today. If you have any further questions, email my team. This is our email ID, support@synchroshakti.com. This is free. You can email us, you can ask us questions, and our class on Sunday is also free. And it's got all my teachings, all the major teachings in one class. Come, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you the best life, and I will see you on Sunday for the class, and then next Friday for the next live. See you all and have a good one. Bye, everyone.